Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hi, hello, my name is Loey. I'm so excited to finally bring you guys this video. It was hands down one of the most exciting days of my life, and I didn't vlog or anything at it because basically I got to be on set with Audible to talk all about the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter. So they did all the vlogging for me, and that's pretty much gonna be this video today. Basically, Audible had a bunch of content creators come together. We got to sit in a room over butterbeer and candy and talk all about our love of Harry Potter and the books that we each read for our part of the celebration of 20 years of Harry Potter. So in my video, you're gonna hear me talk a lot, but obviously you guys should definitely go check out the other creators that are featured in this video because so many of them had so many incredible things to say. It was so cool because Lisa Schwartz was there, and it was literally her first time ever reading Harry Potter, and it was so cool to experience it with her and sort of relive it through new eyes, but also people like me who grew up with it, or people like Tessa Netting who have entire channels that are Harry Potter themed. Everybody had such a unique perspective and outlook on the Harry Potter series, and we all just got to talk about how much we love it. So for the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter, we got together, did our book club, basically talked about each of the books that we read, why they were so important to us, and that's what this video is going to be. So if you guys are excited about it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you have not already, you can celebrate the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter with us by going to audible.com/HP20 or by texting HP20 to 500-500. Thank you so much to Audible for sponsoring this video and for having me, and let's jump right into the day that was pretty much the best of my whole life. It's gonna be pretty hard to top this. Oh, I'm so excited. This doesn't look right. What is this, like an escape room?
Did anyone go to any of the book releases when they came out?
Yeah, every year.
Like,
did you guys dress up?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my god, every year I dress up as Hermione because like my hair was, and
That's
it wasn't a
amazing.
good Hermione. It wasn't a cute Hermione. Like, and one year I literally had a branch from my yard as a wand.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Rustic.
That's a true wand.
How old are you?
The
I'm
wand
25.
chooses the wizard.
So how old were you at the time? Do you remember?
Oh, 25. God, like 12, 13.
Oh, wow.
Like, I mean, I was like,
Yeah.
I went to those parties pretty much from like Prisoner of Azkaban on.
Yeah?
Like, I went to like all of them, yeah. This
Yeah.
time was my first time ever listening to Harry Potter on audiobook.
Oh, really?
So it was very like, I mean, number one, like threw me right back to my childhood. I was, you know, just back there with Harry. But it was really interesting because the way that he narrates, it is almost like you're literally right there in the story, and you can visualize in a way like I never was able to just reading.
Yeah.
And it was also really cool to just kind of brush up for the first time, and oh my god, like I don't know, I hadn't read my book in like 7 years, something like that. It had been a long time. You know, my mom didn't tell me anything about the books when she started reading it. It was just like, all right, this is what we're reading. And like, my parents were teachers, so they always like read to us, you know what I mean? But it was just weird that she sat down and she had this massive book, and I was like, okay, like this is what we're doing. This is a big bite. But it's crazy because I mean, I was so immersed. And I think she read me the first two, and then after that, I was just like, all right, I'm taking off. Spread my wings, I'm flying.
Who else's favorite characters?
Go around.
Oh gosh. I mean, I feel like right now, it's always been Hermione. I'll give you that. Like, always was Hermione, and it's just because every time I would read the phrase like bushy hair, it was just like me, same.
Yeah.
But it changed a few years ago, and specifically Fred Weasley is
Oh,
my.
I
I love it.
I'm gonna cry.
You have a crush on
Just hearing his name makes me want to cry.
Trust me when I tell you, I know.
It's so hard.
So he's my favorite, and then you know, I guess George is okay.
It's so funny because they do have a different personality.
They do. They're different.
They do.
My mom
They
would
are
like.
different.
My mom would totally like make fun of me for it, and she was like, "They're twins. Like they're
They're
exactly.
so different.
They're not
so
the same."
different.
So it's been Fred for a few years, but I love everybody. Like I mean,
Yeah.
there's not like a single character where I'm like, you know.
Yeah.
outfit.
Do you guys remember when like the last book was finally coming out and there was literally like pins, like people had like a Snape is good pin or a Snape is bad
so
pin.
funny.
Do you remember what I'm talking about? Like they had like
yeah.
stickers and stuff like that, and I remember thinking he could never be a good guy, and then
I just love him so much.
So can we just talk about everyone's Hogwarts house and go around and just say it?
Just like
Yeah.
talk about
yeah.
and the quiz, what happened with the quiz.
Because we
everyone's
all took the
experience with
Pottermore
that.
quiz.
did
Yes.
anyone get a different house than they thought they were gonna get when you took the quiz?
No.
No. So I'm a Hufflepuff.
Did you always know that you would be a Hufflepuff?
I wanted so badly to be a Gryffindor, and I think that that's the tea. Is like I wanted to be a Gryffindor so bad because I thought that they were so great. Because I don't know.
I mean,
because
we are, but
You are. And
when I would take the test when I was younger, I would take, a test here, a test there, and I was always Hufflepuff, and I was kind of like, this sucks. Like the only Hufflepuff we ever had for the most part was like Cedric, and he was there for 10 seconds. So, but now I really love being a Hufflepuff. I think that we're happy and fun. And
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, my best friend's a Hufflepuff, and I feel like it's the perfect like best friend to have. You know?
But you're a Gryffindor, and you're a pretty perfect best friend to have too, I'm sure.
What a nice thing to say.
The compliment circle.
We all just hold hands. Yes.
Who said that earlier, that would be the Hufflepuff common room, us just sitting there and
Yeah.
complimenting each other?
Definitely.
Talking about our feelings. Can you guys imagine if Harry had been in Slytherin instead?
Yeah.
If like how different things would have
Yeah,
been.
but maybe we would have met some nice Slytherins,
Yeah.
you know?
I think there are some nice Slytherins.
Yeah.
There definitely is. There
Yeah,
definitely
there have
is.
to be. Can we
So
talk
nice.
about how interesting it is now, though? Because I do feel like back in the day, like especially like the first few books, like Gryffindor was really all we were ever like focused in.
Exactly.
And now it's like we're all like all of our personalities, so to speak, are like celebrated in these different houses, and there's like a home for all of us. I think that's really cool.
Yeah,
I love that.
definitely.
I had Order of the Phoenix as my book, and rereading it definitely, it struck a chord. That one was a hard read for me the first time, and rereading it this time, it's just that Harry comes out of this huge pivotal moment where Cedric was really that first big death for him, and I think it truly changed him. And you can see in the beginning of the books, like I remember listening, and it was funny in the moment listening to Jim Dale kind of like fight as each of the aunt and uncle and then Harry, but just like listening to the way he talked, and it definitely changed him. And clearly it's a super sad book with one of the hardest deaths I think in the entire series, but
For sure.
I think that it was incredible to see them begin to fight back, and it was like this moment of like, oh my God, there's hope. Like they're really gonna be able to defeat Voldemort and like be able to move past this, and like the world isn't gonna end, so it was a hard book to reread, but I really enjoyed rereading it and getting to go back through it. Just didn't like close to the end. Your fave, Luna, in my book actually was talking about, and I can't remember the quote word for word, maybe you will, but she was talking about how like the things that we lost always have a way of finding their way back to us. And I mean, that was like very profound in the moment, and I was like, oh my God, like, because I over the course of the book, so many things are lost and found over and over again, whether it's like bravery or like an actual physical item, you know what I mean? Like, so I think that was a really big one in the moment to take away from me, and honestly something I hadn't really like taken away before, because I've taken so many things away from Harry Potter over and over and over again. But that one hit me in the feels. We keep going back to like our childhoods and like being read the Harry Potter books, and like that's literally the feeling that it gives me to like be able to listen to it, is I feel like I'm enjoying it with a friend, and I feel like I'm enjoying it with someone who like shares the same level of love that I have for that book. Audiobooks literally change the entire experience. I mean, it can take a book that you've already maybe read and make it something completely different and change your experience forever. So yeah, no, I've seen that too, where people are like, audiobooks, but they're completely changing the game. We travel so much. I know all of us do. When you work all the time and you're in the car all the time and you're commuting and you have things to do, like maybe you're a mom and you have kids, like you can always be listening and learning and reading. Literally like taking in information. Like it's all the benefits of like reading while you literally get to like hear it.
And you're learning words and stuff. I mean, that can't be bad.
Latin.
I mean, Jim Dale, come on.
Let's just clap it out, Jimmy.
Yeah. Pour out a little bit.
Okay, so Who's your favorite Jim Dale voice?
Ooh,
That he does.
I love Hagrid.
Yeah!
I was
Hagrid is
thinking
so
that
good.
too.
good. Yeah.
So
Wait,
good.
what about Winky?
Oh yeah, Winky was great.
Winky is hilarious.
I know this is probably silly, but I love the way that he voices Petunia so much. He just makes her sound so shrill. And so every time that I hear it, I'm like, yeah, I hate her.
So funny.
So,
He does a good Draco too. He does a good Potter. He does
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Potter.
Yeah,
He can,
yeah.
I can hear the snarl in there.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it.
And Dumbledore, I think.
Dumbledore is very nice.
Yeah.
It's just like anytime he says anything that Dumbledore says, I'm like, oh, like it's just music to my ears.
Yeah.
it is great that he diffdifferentiates because I think that the first time that when I was starting to listen, I was like, oh my god, like I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
You know?
Same here. I was
and
shocked
just-
that he did all the voices.
Yeah, and he does them so differently
Yeah.
from each other. And you
Amazing.
never have a question about like who's talking. So I really like it. Hi, my name's Loey, and I just listened to Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix in celebration of the 20th anniversary of Harry Potter. And you can too by going to audible.com/HP20.